with a perfectly impassive face, and a Burman whose pock-marked evil countenance was set in an apparently habitual leer, came running into the room past the girl. With a hand which trembled violently she held the lamp whilst the two yellow ruffians tied me. I groaned and struggled feebly, fixing my gaze upon the lamp bearer in a silent reproach which was by no means without its effect. She lowered her eyes, and I could see her biting her lip, whilst the color gradually faded from her cheeks. Then glancing up again quickly, and still meeting that reproachful stare, she turned her head aside altogether, and rested one hand upon the wall, swaying slightly as she did so. It was a singular ordeal for more than one of that incongruous group, but in order that I may not be charged with hypocrisy or with seeking to hide my own folly, I confess here that when again I found myself in darkness, my heart was leaping not because of the success of my strategy, but because of the success of that reproachful glance which I had directed towards the lovely, dark-eyed Karamaneh, toward the faithless, evil Karamaneh. So much for myself. The door had not been closed 10 seconds ere Smith again was spitting out the gag, swearing under his breath and stretching his cramped limbs free from their binding. Within a minute of the time from my trussing I was a free man again, save that look where I would, to right, to left, or inward, to my own conscience. Two dark eyes met mine, enigmatically. "What now?" I whispered. "Let me think," replied Smith. "A false move would destroy us. How long have you been here?" "Since last night." "Is Fu-Manchu—" "Fu-Manchu is here," replied Smith grimly, "and not only Fu-Manchu, but another." "Another?" "A higher than Fu-Manchu, apparently. I have an idea of the identity of this person, but no more than an idea. Something unusual is going on, Petrie. Otherwise I should have been a dead man 24 hours ago. Something even more important than my death engages Fu Manchu's attention, and this can only be the presence of the mysterious visitor. Your seductive friend, Karamaneh, is arrayed in her very becoming national costume in his honor, I presume." He stopped abruptly, then added, "I would give £500 for a glimpse of that visitor's face." "Is Burke—" "God knows what's become of Burke, Petrie. We were both caught napping in the establishment of the amiable Shen Yan, where amid a very mixed company of poker players we were losing our money like gentlemen. But Weymouth— Burke and I had both been neatly sandbagged, my dear Petrie, and removed elsewhere, some hours before Weymouth raided the gaming house. Oh, I don't know how they smuggled us away with the police watching the place, but my presence here is sufficient evidence of the fact. Are you armed?" "No. My pistol was in my raincoat, which is missing." In the dim light from the broken window I could see Smith tugging reflectively at the lobe of his left ear. "I am without arms too," he mused. "We might escape from the window. It's a long drop. Ah, I imagined so. If only I had a pistol or a revolver." "What should you do?" "I should present myself before the important meeting which, I am assured, is being held somewhere in this building, and to night would see the end of my struggle with the Fu Manchu group, the end of the whole Yellow menace. For not only is Fu Manchu here, Petrie, with all his gang of assassins, but he whom I believe to be the real head of the group, a certain Mandarin, is here also." End of Chapter 12. Recording by Elaine Tweddle. Sterling, Ontario.